tuned in to another episode of Central Coast Airwaves Surf, Skate, and Snow Television. On tonight's Airwaves, we cover the 1996 Billabong Bud Pro Tour with interviews with Jim Hogan, locals Kim Hall and Homer Hennard, and there's lots more action here on Central Coast Airwaves Surf, Skate, and Snow Television. So stay tuned.
Billabong Bud Pro. I'm here with Jim Hogan, the World Longboard Association champ. And Jim, you're about ready to go off on is this your second heat?
No, I'm seated in this tour now that I finished up last year with a rating. So this will be my first heat in the longboard division. I surfed in 4 rounds of the shortboard division and then lost by 1/10 of a point in the main event. So now I'll just try my luck out here in the longboard and hopefully it'll go a little better.
So are you one of the, how many other people in this event do both shortboard and longboard?
Josh Baxter and Colin McPhillips, so there's 2.
Is there anybody that does bodyboard, shortboard, and longboard?
No.
All right, now, who is your main competition out here for the longboard?
Basically it's myself, and the reason why I say that is because if I do everything the way I want to do it and pick the waves that I want to pick and stuff, then that's how I do good. You know, that's how you win, by wave choice.
Now, you're the second person we've interviewed that said that they really don't have any other competition other than themselves. It sounds like everybody's getting into the inner game of surfing.
Well, basically, for myself, I know I can surf well, and as well as anybody out there at any time. And I'm sure there's other people that could do the same as what I could do. But now it's all on putting it all together in 20 minutes. And being able to watch the ocean and read the ocean well is half of the key. So you could go out there and be in panic and end up losing a heat just because you panicked. So I think if I put pressure on myself saying, I've got Joel Tudor, Colin McPhillips, and Josh Baxter, and someone else like that in my heat, then I'm putting pressure on myself because I know they're all good surfers. I think at this stage everybody's a good surfer, and if you put your emphasis on them, then you're not concentrating on what you got to do, and that's why I think whoever said that before, it doesn't mean that there's no other competition. It means that he's got to do what he's got to do, and if he does it, then he'll fall in place.
Okay, and what's your assessment of the conditions so far?
The waves are getting better right now, so I'm liking these conditions. Everybody has the same chance. Now it's, like I said, it's up to wave choice. This contest particularly is the guy catching the best waves and not making any mistakes is the guy getting through the heat. It's not all raw ability on surfing at the moment. Unless there's a lot more waves coming in. And when you get a lot more waves, then the ability has to come up. So.
Okay, and I know you're not a newcomer here. We've seen you here at Steamer Lane quite often in the past. And do you remember the longboard event last? I guess it was in the late spring. It was sponsored by one of the longboard unions. How did you fare in that tournament?
Oh, I just came up to kick back in that one with, my teammates and stuff, and it was more of a cruise one. It wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know what I finished up, but I had a good time doing it. Last year here at this contest, though, I placed third in this final.
I know we had Jim and the team, I think it was Bubblegum and Iron Cross crew, camped out in our backyard pushing down all our lima beans last spring. But here, Jim is welcome anytime in Santa Cruz. He's a great competitor, and we wish you the best of luck out here, Jim.
All right, thank you.
All righty, Central Coast Airwaves. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Jim. Good luck. We're back on Central Coast Airwaves. We have as our guest Ian Cairns, the director of the
Billabong Pro, the first stop on the 1996 Butt Surf Tour.
And he said that with only one take, folks. Ian, we've had a lot of weather problems here lately. Exactly how have you been able to cope with all the problems now?
Well, it was kind of interesting. The first 3 days of the contest, we had howling onshore wind, lots of rain, and actually on, I think it was Wednesday, we even had snow flurries up there. And that's a first in 30 years being a surf contest for me. It makes it really difficult. I mean, the judges are freezing to death. It's hard to get them to concentrate. Everything's blowing down. The tents are blowing down around you, and it really makes for a lot of extra work that you don't really plan on doing. You plan to come and set up and run the surf contest and have a good time, not to get blown away and freeze to death.
Now, we have a lot of different individuals here, as surfers are known to be kind of a finicky lot. Do you have to babysit with these guys, or what is your, let's say, interpersonal role with the surfers?
Well, my personal role here is that I like to talk to the guys. I like to try and give them a few coaching ideas, talk to them about the surf. We've got a very firm stance with respect to rules and behaviour, because we want to present surfing well, and you can't have prima donna surfers going screaming and yelling in the car park because they lost. And so we're firm on that, but basically, we really enjoy coming to wherever we go. We enjoy coming up here. We enjoy having locals come and surf in the event. We really like to watch them surf, and we really want to make our whole events and all of the competitors sort of like a family.
All right, what is let's say, the worst case and the best case scenario so far in this event?
Well, the worst case we've already dealt with, and the best case will be tomorrow on Sunday when the surf comes up again like yesterday, and we get great waves. I mean, we really come to Steamer Lane to get insane, big, outside peaks on the middle peak there, 8 to 10 foot waves. And I know that one day we'll come here and it'll just be pumping the whole week, and the surf will be incredible. And the really good surfers we have in the event will go out the back there and just go nuts on outside big peak waves. And that's why I come here. I want to see some guys ride some big gnarly waves.
Yeah, just like we had Monday
and Sunday, and for weeks before and weeks after we leave. But I really don't believe that there's any hoodoo or jinx. I think it's just simply a fact of life. You pick a date on the calendar, and it's really difficult to expect that the waves are going to be perfect for 6 days that we run a contest. I mean, the waves were really good yesterday.
All right, now you mentioned that this is the first stop of the tour. What follows Santa Cruz?
Our next event is in April. We go to Seaside Reef in San Diego, and the waves there are reef break, left-handers, and that place can get really good as well. The 8 stops that we have on the tour, we have about 6 of them at really, really good surf spots, and that's, we've been able to juggle things around over the last few years. And, if we get to the place and we actually hit a swell, we're at surf spots where the waves can get great.
Okay, now this year, or last year, you did not have bodyboarders in the event, and this year you did. What brought on all that?
Well, I'm a surfer, and I think that anyone who goes out there in the water is a surfer too. And so I think that, I have personally seen bodyboarders rip waves. I think that some of those guys are incredible surfers. And, we also have women out there, and we have longboarders. And, the way surfing is, it's sort of all of these little divisional rivalries. Women don't like the men don't want the chicks in the water, the bodyboarders. I mean, I think all of that is just ridiculous. And I personally support all surfers in the water.
There, you heard it first, folks. That's what we need to hear more often. Now, I know that the bodyboarders, wasn't there some confusion about moving the bodyboarders up early because of Mike Stewart's impending wedding, and then Mike was...
Well, Mike is getting married tonight. And I guess on Thursday they were having a rehearsal. And so it caused some problems. A lot of the bodyboarders were going to go there to his wedding. Normally we'd be running right with them sort of during the course of the normal event. But we made some schedule changes and finished their event off on Wednesday. And we made these schedule changes hoping that Mike Stewart would come to the contest. But I guess apparently he's kind of stressed out about getting married and can't think about anything but that this week.
And if you ever met his wife, he has nothing to be stressed out about. She is an absolute doll.
She's lovely.
Okay, now, hopefully we're going to see you back here in Santa Cruz next year, same time, same station.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is a confirmed part of the tour. We really are stoked to come here. I know that 5 or 6 years out of 10 will come here and the waves will just be unbelievable. It'll be epic. It'll be giant. And it's the whole challenge aspect is specifically why we come to Steamer Lane. We want these kids that are the hot dog rippers in beach breaks in Southern California to come up here and really test themselves and get a real sense of riding real big waves. And that's why we come here.
All right, any parting words for the community of Santa Cruz?
No, thanks for having us. We really enjoy coming here, and we'll be stoked to come back.
And thank you for being a guest here on Central Coast Airways, folks. Ian Cairn, director of the Bud Pro Tour. Thank you. Thanks, Ian.
No problem. Thank you.
Grandpa,
What?
will I grow up to be big and strong like you?
I sure hope so, son.
Why wouldn't I, Grandpa?
Well, unless something is done soon, big old trees like me will be nothing but a memory, like the giants in the old fairy tales.
But Grandpa, what would the forest be without old ones like you?
I think they call it a tree farm, son.
Dad! Talk to me, Dad!
A tiny 5% of the people in the world consume 1/3 of its resources and produce almost half the non-organic waste. Those people are us. Nothing is destroying this planet faster than the way we North Americans live.
Okay, go count, Damien.
1, 2, 3.
You're
watching Central Coast Airwaves.
Hi, I'm here with Kim Hall at Steamer Lane, and Kim, she's number 2 right now, mainlander in the ASP World Tour. She's been doing it now for 3 years, and tell us, how'd you get started?
Okay, I started surfing when I was really little because my mom surfed and my grandpa surfed, and then get that out of my face, Heather, God. And then and then I just started competing after college and just kind of got really into it, and then just did the tour. Just started doing it.
Right on. Well, you've been ripping it up. So where's been your favorite location so far? Best waves, best time.
Best time, Japan, and best wave, South Africa, definitely. Good time in South Africa.
Wow. So where do you see the sport of women's surfing going in general? You've been impressed with some of the girls here?
Yeah, I think with the Bud Tour going to have a women's division this year. It's going to really create it's going to give the younger girls an opportunity to get some experience to, go on to the ASP, because when I did it, I had to go straight from the amateurs to the ASP, and it's hard going from surfing, as an amateur to have to surf a heat with Lisa Anderson or something. So this is a good middle ground for people to get experience.
Well, I seem to remember you did really well in your first pro contest.
Yeah, I got 3rd. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So who do you want to thank today? Who's been helping you out? Sponsors?
Shout out to sponsors, huh?
Yeah. It's your chance.
Okay, Bob Pearson and Arrow, Sex Wax, Bucci, O'Neill's, and is that it?
Locomotion.
Locomotion. Oh, Locomotion. Newbie, yeah. Definitely. Locomotion women's clothes. That's
well,
cool.
Thank you very much, Kim Hall, and we'll be seeing you out there in the water. Any parting words for our Central Coast audience?
I'd just really like to see a lot more local girls get involved on the tour. We have a lot of local talent here and a lot of new girls coming up, and I'd really like to see them surfing in the amateurs and the pro events this year on the Bud Tour and on the USSF Amateur League.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Now put the microphone.
Right.
Pro Billabong, I've got a guest, Homer Hernard, local surfer, not shaper,
Yeah.
local surfer. Homer is one of the few locals that have made it through the contest so far. Homer's kind of coming back off of a small layoff. Homer, could you give us an overview of what happened to you?
Oh, well, basically, last year I was in a car accident, so I was out of the water for a while in the middle of the season, so I missed a lot of events. And then right when I got better, I sprained my ankle, so I didn't get to do this event last year, so I didn't start off the year that good. So this is the first year I'm coming in, starting off the first event of the year.
So you're using your surfing as a little rehab?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what did the doctors tell you about going back in the water?
At first they didn't really know because I was kind of having problems, like having like little seizures and stuff like that, but they were kind of skeptical, but I just went out in the water anyway and didn't end up being much of a problem. Everything started to slowly come together and I was fine surfing.
All right, your mom said something about how surfing kind of helped your inner ear, your balance and stuff?
Well, basically surfing helped me out a lot because I need to surf, like that's what I do, and I love surfing, and getting out in the water, I could release a lot of tension and stuff that I had sitting at home for so long, not being able to surf. So it's a good way to release and have fun.
I don't know if Homer remembers, but a number of years ago when he was a smaller grom, he used to attend a lot of our Surf Rider meetings.
Yeah.
And we were all cheering for him then. And I got to tell you, we're all cheering for him now, and we wish Homer the best of luck in this contest. Homer, thanks for being a guest here at Central Coast Airways.
No problem.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Hi. All right, here we go. Here we are, Central Coast Airwaves.
Leslie. Hi.
And we've got Kieran Horn and his immediate family here. Kieran just finished winning the last heat out here for shortboarders. Kieran, when are you up next?
I think I surf again in the morning.
Okay, and you want to introduce your family again?
Okay, this is my stepmother, Leslie, my dad, Roy, my mother, Molly, and my stepfather, Paul.
Okay, and folks, so, I mean, we have this immediate family here for support. How many of you does it take to get this guy to win?
He does it on his own. It doesn't take too many of us.
All right. Where do you go to high school? Where did you go to high school? Karen?
SoCal.
SoCal High School? All right. And is this the first time you've competed out here?
No.
How did you do last
For
year?
the last 4 years or something.
How did you do last year?
Last year, I got 5th. I lost in the semis.
All right, so is this the furthest you've gone in the contest?
No.
Is that Homer?
Yes.
That's Homer.
We also have another local, Homer Hernard, out there surfing right now, so our attention is kind of lost. And do you hope to win this thing? I mean, do you think you have a chance?
Obviously, that's my point.
All right. Do you think you have a chance? Against some of the top pros?
I see a lot of guys like Taylor Knox doing really good, so.
Okay.
I mean, it's all usually catching a lot of waves, and once it comes to that, it comes to wave running ability, if it's equal, but hopefully my local knowledge here will pay off.
Okay, well, Kieran, we're all for you. Good luck in the finals.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thanks, folks.
He also has a bevy of friends back
And
there.
the bevy of friends. Hi, we're back for Central Coast Airwaves out at Steamer Lane for the Billabong Bud Pro, and I've got Jim Montgomery of the Santa Cruz chapter of the Surfrider Foundation. And Jim, we understand that Surfrider has a new lab facility. Could you fill us in on it?
That's correct. In January, we started up our new lab at SoCal High School with the help of science teacher Terry Eckhart. He allowed us to move into one of the back of his science classrooms, and we have our lab all set up, ready to go. We started testing 2 weeks ago, and we've got a big office space to go along with our lab testing facility. And our new hotline number is 476-7667.
And that comes out to 476-POOP. All right, and now, are you able to enlist some of these high school kids?
Yes, Terry Eckhart is getting kids to sign up to volunteer. He's showing them our water testing video and scheduling kids to come by on the noon hour on Fridays to have Chris Pinsetich, our new lab co-manager, to get them involved. Terry's also giving them class credit for signing up and helping us with the lab.
All right, great. Glad to see that Surfrider is back up on the test tube again.
Yes, I'm very proud of these guys, and I think they're doing a great job.
All right, well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Tim Loomis with Jim Montgomery, signing off.
We're hanging out in my collage room here, and check you out. Central Coast Airwaves, Lates.
Central Coast Airwaves would like to say thanks to a few of our supporters, and that would include Full Metal Jacket Fiberglassing of Santa Cruz, California. Also a big thanks to Santa Cruz Surf Shop. And we'd also like to thank Cowles Beach Surf Shop, located across the wharf in Santa Cruz, California. Eric Mitchell and the Juice Magazine, Northern California's surf magazine. And also a big thanks to Dr. Evan Ginsberg of Advanced Chiropractic of Santa Cruz, California. Thanks again, Evan, and all our supporters. Also, if you're interested in being in contact with your community television station, or having a change in the way and things you see on television, get a hold of your cable access or community television station in your neighborhood. Thanks again for watching Central Coast Airwaves, Surf, Skate, and Snow Television. Hope to see you again next week. We'd like to say thanks to all our contributors of video and audio materials. We certainly appreciate it. We got a ton of stickers, so send your self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box 481, Big Sur, California, 93920. Remember, Airwaves accepts audio and video donations and can be sent to the same P.O. Box.